everybody, welcome back to another episode of Railroaders. Today we're bringing back the bridge supplies that we brought back last episode. This is the bridge that we're repairing. I didn't really show it last time. But all our cargo is all emptied, so we can pull this train back to Wither. And we can accept the next milestone for this, so we're going to be moving on to phase 2 of the bridge repair. I've also connected up 2 empty cars from these industries. I think one came from the lumber yard, or no, the goods. One came from the goods, and the other one came down below there. That had lumber in it, so just hauling these 2 cars, and the rest was the bridge. So, but they're all going to the same spot. But anyways, we're still on day 5, if you guys were wondering. We're still poor. I'm trying to make money to buy a passenger car, but I keep spending it on bridge repair and other things. So I'm kind of slacking that way. But yeah, this should be a pretty good drive going back to Wither. We just have to pay attention to where the passenger train is, but we should be able to pass it no problem. But anyways, people, I'm going to put on the radio from here. This is quite a long drive, so listen to some tunes, watch the train, and we'll play with the passenger train a little bit in between too. So, all right. Alrighty, I'm back. It wasn't too difficult getting around the passenger train. It was just, I just left it there filling up on passengers. Not a lot of passengers at the moment, so giving people a chance to board the train before it leaves again. Anyways, we're back. We're pretty much back in the yard here, so we're gonna just Dutch drop these like usual. So. And I remembered to get the air hoses today, which is a good thing. Alright, I think we're going fast enough now. We can just cut off the rag and let it coast. Alrighty, let's slow down a little bit. Don't want to hit the switch too fast. We got plenty of time, I think. Oh yeah, we got lots of time, so. Alright, let's hit the switch and park these bad boys in here. Yeah, we're just slowly pulling in. We're at a good clip, I think. Not too fast, not too slow. This train had a little bit of problems pulling it there at the start there. It couldn't get up to full speed. I think coming out of Bryson there's a hill coming out, and we were going as slow as 18 miles per hour there for a second. So this was a pretty heavy load. Anyways, get the brake on that, and I'll be back with something new, people. Phew! Alright, people, we're back. Another load of supplies is going up to the bridge again, so here's phase 2 of it. And we'll deal with this car later. We'll just kick the stuff up to Bryson right now. And I got the other train waiting back here, so we'll hook this train up too, and we'll double head it up. These trains are quite heavy there. And these locomotives that I'm using are the smallest in the game, pretty much, so they're not real powerful. But we'll get bigger locos and bigger trains, and this game's going to be quite awesome that way. Be doing some huge deliveries. Alright, we can start backing up the other train up to the switch here. As soon as it gets over the switch, we'll hook it up to it. There we go, now we can chase it. This should be fun. And I got a passenger train on the go again. It's somewhere out there in life. I don't remember quite where, so we'll have to be careful of it, but we shouldn't have too many issues. There's a lot of spots where we can pass to that station and stuff, so. A little bit closer, come on. There we go. Okay. Let's flip the camera around here. Get these brake things. There we go. Now we're fully connected. Let's get the AI going and let's get our zoom in. Oh, this is quite nice. Alright people, I'm going to turn on the radio for you fine folks and we'll meet back up at Bryson. Yeah. Alright people, I'm up here at Bryson. We're going to take this one car over here and drop it off. Alright, there we go. Just had to make sure that other train was stopped. And we're just shipping the other train down. I just put it in auto mode so it can go right down to the bridge without me. The line's all set. Just has to push the load in and that's it. Let's just ship this in and we'll be good to go. Aw, did I really stop too soon? Ah. Oh, shoot. No wonder the train was to come near me. Alright, I'm doing a horrible job here at the moment, people. I'm sorry. What did I do wrong? Oh my god, this car doesn't go here. I'll be back. Alright. Anyways, we're going to finish pushing this train down into the bridge siding. It's just right outside the station here, so it's not too far. And I forgot to flick the switch, so the train just stopped there, so I figured, well, I'll take it down myself. Or watch it go down. And then we'll go back and bring the other car down, because that other car goes to the right of us, down that chute there. I'm pretty sure that's like a furniture place that's down. Alright, that's down around the corner here, so. And that's where the gasoline oil heating thing goes, right next to us there, where the oil tankers are, so. Alright, let's get this parked up and I'll go grab that other train and bring it down. Alright, be back in a second. Yeah. Alright, we're making our way downtown. Moving fast. Alright, I'm gonna stop now before I get copyrighted, but anyways. We just got this last car delivered. It's not going to be too bad. We should just be able to drop this off, and that'll be awful fancy. Alright, I gotta go check out my passengers now. They're getting ready to get unloaded, so let's make sure he stops and loads them. Alright, there we go. Now let's get back to what we were doing here. But anyways, if you guys have been enjoying this content up until this point, why don't you drop me a like and a subscribe? Really helps out the channel. We're trying to get to 200 subscribers. And yeah. But anyways, let's uncouple this and try to pull away as fast as possible. Alright, we'll just oh, we're getting pretty close to the switch now. We're just gonna, as soon as we get over it, we'll just flick it back over. Start slowing down. Don't need to go too fast. Alright, there we go. And the other car should be right behind us. Where are you? Come on. Oh, there it is. Perfect. And this guy's just gonna go in here, and once we get him all parked up, we're gonna be calling it an episode here, and we'll see you guys next episode. And you don't want to slam on, so you want to apply and release, so it slows it down a little, but you keep your momentum somewhat. And there we go. Perfect. Anyways, guys, have a nice day. Bye.